Is this still a demo or what?
No, this is not a demo.
Oh,
This is
this is
live.
the real thing? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, we can begin by like telling a little about ourselves. Like I can start if you want, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
So like I'm a lifelong martial arts practitioner, boxing, Muay Thai. I do also a lot of yoga, meditation, and poetry. I do a lot of poetry as well. Play music. What about Mr. Ronin?
Oh, I'm a computer scientist and I prefer doing boxings in my free time. And I'm a gym goer. These days I'm not going, but yeah, I love to play music. Used to be a lead guitarist, and that's it. Love poetry and enjoy life as it is.
Always good.
Yeah.
And
Always
now
good.
for our esteemed guest, Mr. Boolaid.
Yeah. It's me, Boolaid. I work at a sawmill. It's a family company owned by my grandpa. I like to play video games, read, listen to music, learn about history, philosophy, watch movies. I really like horror, sci-fi, fantasy, all that stuff. I'm interested in a lot of things, but that's the main thing, I guess.
So yeah,
By the way, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
what kind of business your grandpa has? Like the one you're working in. What is his expertise?
It's a sawmilling.
Okay.
Like they basically, get logs from lumberjacks
Mm-hmm.
and cut them into rough lumber and sell them to other companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you enjoy the work or?
I mean, it's not the worst job I've ever had. It's very physically demanding, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not the worst. It's okay.
Yeah. And aside from that, do do any of you have any social medias you want to tell the people who can look you up somewhere?
I'm not really that active on. Oh, sorry.
No, no, continue. Sorry.
I'm not really that active on social media, so I guess not really.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I have an Instagram account, but I just prefer to let it be. Not something to
Very
be
well.
known
In that-
about.
Add me on Discord.
Yeah, and I'm on Discord too.
Yeah. It's about the only
Yep,
one
yep.
I use
Yeah.
consistently.
True. You said something about sports, right?
Yeah, I forgot to add that in.
Oh, you forgot it. Oh, okay.
I forgot
In
to
that
add that
case,
in.
I will add.
Intro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I wonder, do you have any thoughts about transgender athletes in the sports?
Yeah, I do. Obviously it's like a sensitive subject. You talk about people's personal identity and whatnot, but I do think that like males have a biological advantage over females, and so I think if you were born male, you should probably. I think at this point they're enough to where I think they could honestly have like their own subset or whatever,
Yeah.
Like there could be a men's, women's, and trans league. And so I think that would probably be the best outcome. But I mean, yeah, I do believe that physically men have a advantage in like athletics, and so or males, sorry. But yeah,
I wonder, even if some would argue that if we stuff ourselves with enough estrogen and stuff, then we become as much as females. Do you think it's plausible or?
it's. I mean, it's definitely plausible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. I'm not I'm not a scientist of any sort, but I mean, I listen to what scientists say, and I mean, the only thing that would, I mean, because you're still gonna have muscle mass, because you're still gonna be exercising, you're still gonna keep the bone density that you had. So I don't know. As long as it's such a hard subject, because I don't want to deny them what they would like to do, but at the same time, I don't know that it's really fair.
Mm.
You know. So I don't know. Maybe if there's a way you could put enough estrogen to where you are basically physically a female, then yeah, sure, I guess.
Yeah,
I
that
think,
is true,
yeah.
but also, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll continue, please.
I insist, my friend.
My point was like whatever Bulin said, I'm pretty much in accordance with what he's trying to say. But I think like we need some new rules. Like for example, yeah, we need a new category, and even in the category, sometimes people who are identifying themselves as female, as she and her, and they are in fact biologically male, they needs to have a subcategory where we need to see the bone density and the weight class. So for example, you could be 60 kg, but you have a woman who is kind of like 75 kg. That must be some sort of an appropriate ratios that we need to find out. Like, okay, fine, a male with 60 kg might be having certain sort of bone density, and a woman with 75 kg might be having the same sort of advantage. So it needs to be not as symmetric rules, but we need some sort of asymmetric rules based on the findings on how we can compare these kind of subcategories. And yeah, we could do that. I mean, it's pretty much possible to do. So yeah, if you are 60 kg male, and even if you have some sort of hormonal replacement therapy or something like that, actually some of your structure is not going to change, and still you have to follow those rules. So I mean, we need to keep those things in there.
I wonder how would that work in terms of bone density.
I think a certain amount of bone density must be exerting certain amount of pressure, and because when we are kind of like calculating how much force you can exert through your punches, how much stamina you have, that could be calculated using bone density and your overall body exertions that you are giving based on a certain weight. So I think we could do that.
How would that be measured is what I'm asking, because like you were talking about measuring the weight and stuff like this and muscle mass, but bone density is a little bit more difficult to measure because it's very set in stone,
I mean, we need to look into the research. As I said, like, I'm also not scientist, but yeah, I mean, we could look into it, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm saying, like, we need to look into it, that
yeah,
whether
that's
it could be done or not done. But yeah, what
Yeah,
I'm
that's why I'm.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, continue.
Well, if you're still doing, have a thought, then go for it. Okay. Did he freeze?
No, I'm listening
Sorry.
to you.
yeah,
I thought you were good. What I was saying is like, yeah, that's why it's such a complicated, situation, because there's so many factors that go into it, and like I said, you're like talking about someone's, personal identity, and you don't want to offend them, but like there are biological factors that, I don't know. I really don't know what to say about it, honestly. Because hit me with the hard question first.
no, but you did say meaningful stuff, so that is fine. But in this, if we expand a little on that, do you think there are certain fields where female will be superior to male in sports?
Uh,
Um, yeah, I think so. I think like what is it? Women are better long distance runners, like for really long distance, which that's not really like a sport. I think I heard that somewhere. Don't know if it's true,
you're talking about
but
marathon?
huh?
Marathon?
I don't know.
No, I'm
Um,
talking about like, are you talking about marathons or some sort of running like long distance? Because marathons are long distance running. So I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
like marathons and things like that. I've heard that. Also gymnastics, because women are more flexible. Women are better than men at gymnastics for
Mm.
sure. Those are the only two I can think of right now, but you know, I'm sure there are other ones.
I wonder if I even deeper into this. Do you think, because you said that women are more flexible than men, do you think they're naturally more flexible, or do they have to be more flexible because, for example, uh, they cannot obviously out-compete us in terms of physical sports, like let's say boxing or stuff like this? Do you think they are forced to be more physical in those fields, or are they naturally more physical or more flexible?
I think I heard that they're just naturally more flexible, but I don't know. That's a good point. Um, you know, because in like let's say in like a jujitsu or wrestling situation, like obviously the man is going to have the advantage with strength and explosiveness, but then the woman is more flexible, so maybe they did adapt in that way.
The thing
I
is
don't know. That's a
like,
good question.
yeah, the thing is like, women are in generally more flexible than men. I mean, it's a proven fact that because of
Uh,
yeah, because of estrogen connective tissues, they get this kind of extra advantage. So it's like something
okay.
true, yeah. And also they have to do the child rearing. So in that case, they have to be much more flexible in general, because their body changes much more rapidly compared to men. So their changes are
That's
much,
a good point.
they have much more amount of changes that they have to go compared to men. So yeah, I mean, it also makes sense in that sense.
Yeah. I heard something similar about but the only thing I heard was that their backs are more flexible because, like Ronin said about the childbearing stuff, that's why their backs are more flexible. That's what I heard. But the other stuff, I mean, yeah, it sounds reasonable.
I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is like, I was looking onto the internet for this particular thing, and it says that estrogen in females can increase collagen, making connective tissues such as ligament and tendons more pliable and stretchy, and that causes to be for them to be much more flexible in general. So I mean, yeah, it is kind of
Yeah,
like
that
a
sounds
thing.
yeah, for sure. Let's go a little off topic
Hmm.
of that one and go to history, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
You liked history, right?
I do. I do.
Yes. In that case, I have an interesting question for you. I think you're gonna like this one. Do you think that certain norms from ancient history should they be brought back to the present day?
Um, it just depends on what it is. Like it depends entirely. Like I don't think that like public torture should be brought back, but I think there probably were certain things that would be valuable for us as a society. Um, I mean, I just think in general our reliance on technology has gotten us kind of to a state of where we're not as functional in a lot of ways, like in nature or anything like like we're not as good at going and hunting or this and that. I mean, you can say guns made hunting easier and there's a lot of technology, but I don't know. I just feel like there would be we could probably benefit from taking a step back from our reliance on technology and being able to adapt and innovate things on our own naturally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying technology is a bad thing at all. I love technology. But I don't know. I just feel like we lean too heavily on it in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. What about you said something about aside from technology. You said about shit, I forgot, man. You can cut this part out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I need some. I needed a bit of miscalculations that's happening in the conversations because it makes it much more real, and it makes it much
Yeah.
more beneficial. I mean, it's not an interview;
Yeah,
it's a
but
podcast. And
I know,
yeah,
but still, you can
Yeah,
cut some part out.
Listen, this is the first episode.
yeah,
Cut yourself some slack.
yeah.
I mean, you're doing fucking good though,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just reacting to whatever you say and hoping it doesn't sound ridiculous.
We need some
See,
masala. We need some masala into it, some spices.
Yeah, yeah.
True. I mean, we shall see. We shall see how it goes. But yeah, like that's all you really have to do. Like people overthink it. They come to the podcast and they like, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? All you have to do is just answer the questions, and that's it.
I mean, yeah, it needs to
Yeah.
be a conversation where everyone is giving their input. Like for example, even if you are asking question in general, I mean, yeah, your input matters as much as Bolin or mine. So I mean, in that sense, if we see, it's good to keep everyone engaged.
Of course. But
Yeah.
the focus is still with the guest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that one, how about let's say the norms in terms of let's say someone disrespects you in ancient times, right? And you can throw the gauntlet or the glove for the duel. Do you think that should be brought to modern scene?
Not if someone disrespects you. I think if you're an adult, you should be able to handle that. But I mean, if someone like let's say, let's say that I have a son or daughter and someone kills them, I should be able to duel them. Why not? If it's proven, if it's concrete, let me duel them. Let me kill them.
But I think even in ancient times, the laws were there. Okay, so we are not talking exactly about the laws. We are talking about the norms. Okay, what's a
Yeah.
yeah. We are not talking about laws here in here exactly. We are talking about what norms could we bring back. So we are talking much more towards the cultural aspect of what could be brought back, or whether we are talking about what the rules that could be brought back.
I was
Yeah.
thinking more cultural, such as, for example, it was not lawful at that times to, throw the gauntlet and challenge someone to a duel, but they still did that as a cultural thing.
I definitely don't think so, no. I don't think we need any more death than we already have,
Yeah,
so probably not.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think that in order to answer this question on a much more clear level, we need to see that the current functioning of society is much more globalized than the previous historical way of working of society. So, for example, if you see right now, society in general, like maybe we could be having different cultures, but we are working in the same frame, the same sort of jobs, the same sort of lives. We are kind of like following the same life routine for everyone, depending on the class we are in. And earlier, the classes were much more divided, and I mean, they were much more divided into, feudal and aristocrats, or working something like that. So I think we need to see what was something beneficial that we could bring in into the today's norm, like if we are trying to answer the question. But yeah, if you ask my personal opinion, in that case, I mean, as much as I know about history, like I'm not that much of a big history buff. I mean, I think like most of the laws are already in a much more better ways, and the culture is much more sophisticated based on the previous ways. I mean, yeah, we need to change the way we have to adapt to these changes. But in my opinion, I mean, I don't find like any specific kind of norms must be brought back from the history. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any ideas, I mean, yeah, I'm open to it.
Mhm. Yeah, the one I mentioned for me is that one about the duel, but not necessarily the duel to the death, because that would be a little extreme. But like the duel, because you know what Mike Tyson said, right? The social media made us all too comfortable talking shit without getting hit in the face for it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
it may sound brutal to an well, to an outsider or whatever, if I can call it that. But
Mm-hmm.
reality is, it is quite true that sometimes you need to understand that if you cannot understand words, the consequences will be physical, not verbal.
I mean, yeah, that's why law exists, that's why we have laws, and a certain amount of disrespect must be kind of like, as an adult, you need to understand that there are certain sort of disrespect that could occur, and we need to kind of channel those disrespect in general. Like, yeah, if someone is doing it again and again, yeah, it becomes a pattern, and if you are in a situation that you cannot be escaped, yeah, sure, go for the duel. But whenever you have the options, use the one that is taking the least amount of energy for it to get solved. So I think the least amount of energy to get it solved is, through restraints, through court orders. You don't have to get into massive fights. You don't have to get into certain situations that, it becomes life threatening for someone, because when people are aggressive, when people are violent, they can do certain things that, could take your life. So I mean, the life is much more important than your own self-respect. So I mean, yeah, you should be uh, taking the path that is, least of the least resistance.
That's interesting. You said of the least resistance, but then you also mentioned courts, and I would say courts is very complicated stuff, and it will drain a lot more energy than just if we're talking about someone going too far. We're talking about scenario where someone goes too far in terms of verbal insults and abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you go to court order, this will get very complicated and you will drain a lot of energy compared to if you just, give him the consequences of the physical kind.
Yeah. So the thing is like we are making an assumption that when we are going to have duel, the other person is as strong as you. So let's say, for example, if a woman tries to disrespect a man, and this law exists, let's say, so would that be allowed to have that duel? Or let's say if the other person is, physically having some sort of issues, you know he has some sort of challenges, and but his voice is something that he could use to hurt you, because he can't use his body. So would that duel be allowed? And then again we go into that direction, that the power of the might must exist, and the one who is much more stronger is going to rule. The outcome would be towards the person who is much more stronger. So in that case, you are not actually trying to find the justice. You are trying to find out whoever is much more stronger is going to win. So I mean, the duel becomes,
Well,
hmm?
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So in that case, the duel becomes much more, you can say, irrational.
Well, what I would say to that is if you're, you're physically weaker than the other person, you shouldn't be disrespecting them. And I think you both bring up really good points, actually. I think, you know, sometimes physical violence can be an answer to something when words aren't. If you can't make someone, stop disrespecting you on a consistent basis, then it may have to go to that level. And sometimes even, there's a mutual respect after, but I also think what Ronan said, where it can escalate to where someone, if you beat someone up and they are very ashamed about it, they may, get a weapon and try to kill you. It's a slippery slope, and that's why I think it really just depends on the situation. But if someone is consistently disrespecting you and you're not able to get through to them with words, then what else? What else are you supposed to do?
That's true.
I don't know.
That's
I mean, one of the solution could be, you could kind of like make a ring, make a proper law that, yeah, okay, fine. If the duel is going to happen, it's going to happen in this particular ring, and these are the rules of duel. And if a person is weak, you could appoint someone else. I mean, yeah, you could do that, but then again, I mean, eventually we are the point of law is like, if I say in that sense, the the increment in law was always towards the neutrality, that things must be solved from the point of a neutral observation. Like there must be something that is looking to both of them in a very neutral situation, and using rationality we are trying to solve the outcome. So I think like so that everyone can get justice. Justice must be equal for everyone. And when we go to these kind of arguments, we need to also check that whether the justice is getting done or not. Because yeah, maybe if someone is disrespecting someone, there must be some cause. There must be some reason because of which he is doing. If there is no reason, I mean, then you are okay. You have some sort of issues, maybe some mental issues, that you constantly go and try to disrespect someone, and that becomes a completely different case. But yeah, if two normal people, or two people who are having some sort of disrespect, someone is throwing some sort of disrespect on other, it could be because of the reason that there must be some issue behind it. So until or unless we don't understand the issue, like maybe the other person, like Bulin said, that if he is weak, he should not go to that direction. But what if the strong person has made some sort of remark, or has said something, and and it kind of like would be hurtful for him. It was not a disrespect, it was a truth he said, but it was in some way, try to be a taunt or something like that. And the only answer he could give is
Ronnie, you have a little problem with the connection.
yeah, can you listen to me, guys?
You have it.
Hmm?
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Yeah, so I was saying like we need to see from the point of neutrality in this whole issue. So yeah, I mean, you could bring, I mean, I'm not completely opposed to it, but I think that the solution is much more biased, like in most of the cases, not in all of the cases, but there would be cases where the solution could be biased, and we need to also look into those solutions.
Yeah, there is a little problem on your side.
Can you listen to me? Am I
I
audible?
think it's lagging out. You have frozen over a little. Sometimes.
Yeah.
You're audible.
Yeah, it's still kind of glitching a little bit.
Yeah. But I think you were saying about that it works within reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everything should be within reason. I guess that's what you were saying.
Yes.
Okay. What are you guys' thoughts on AI. Let's start with Boolaid.
Well, I'm not really a fan of AI. I don't know. I know Ronan is, and I want him to enlighten me to hear the positives of it, because as of right now, I see mostly just horrible, not really. I mean, there are some good uses. Don't get me wrong, but the vast majority of uses are just stupid, in my opinion. And also, I'm really worried about how reliant we will get on AI. I mean, you already see, you hear so many people like talk about, I have this problem. Let me ask Chat GPT. They're not even thinking for themselves anymore. I mean, they're just asking this, AI what to do, and I mean, it's causing a problem with problem solving skills, and yeah, just I don't know. I see it being more harm than good, but to really say either way, but that's just my perspective.
It's a good point. It's a good point. What about Ronin?
I mean, I agree with Bolin on all of the points, but my point is right now we are not doing actually AI. We are kind of doing very sophisticated level of machine learning algorithms and models. We are trying to implement it, and these are, I mean, yeah, these are kind of like an intersection in AI, but these are not actually AI. And the way we are implementing AI right now, using all these big data centers, this is a kind of like a scheme for me, like, people trying to grab money, and there is nothing, I mean, there are some good things coming out of it, but if you compare the cost versus benefit, I mean, I think I'm not in support of it in the current form. But yeah, I'm pretty hopeful that if we have some new norms, some new rules, there could be some very good applications of machine learning and artificial intelligence in medicine, in legal situations. I mean, there are some very good benefit of it in legal situations and medicine, and you can also see uh, autonomous cars and all those factors. Like, you could kind of like use an Internet of Things. I mean, it's very good in agriculture. We could use it in agriculture. We could use it in weather predictions. I mean, there are a lot of places that we could use AI, and that could be very beneficial for the whole of the humanity at all of the places. But yeah, I mean, in current trend that we are trying to use diffusion models and all these kind of models to to create images or to summarize text. I mean, I'm not very good fan of it. So yeah, we need to be much more ethical towards the use of AI. I mean, I am in support of AI, but I want that use to be much more ethical. And the way I see it, the old laws, there are no new laws for AI. Like, we were not ready for when all of these came out, so we don't have the rules. So I mean, everything is so chaotic and random that we simply don't know, like, how to proceed. So we need to first work on that framework. We need to, like, collectively work on the framework, like how much is too much, what do we exactly need out of it, rather than thinking from the capitalistic mindset that we need to gain money for the investors, so we are going to build any product that we could, to move to certain specific practices that must be much more beneficial for everyone. So yeah, I mean, I am in support of it, but not in the way that it's getting used currently. And also, we need to be much more open sourced when these ideas come, because right now most of this, like for example, Chat GPT, Perplexity, and all these big large language models, these are being used by big companies, big tech organizations. We don't know what is inside in it. We really don't have any idea what they are trying to implement and how much they are trying to control, how much data is getting used. So yeah, we need to make it much more open source and opaque for everyone. I mean, clear for everyone.
Yes. Yes.
So, what are
What's the
you?
best case Boolaid?
Hmm.
What's the best case scenario
For AI,
for you? For AI, but for you and for Ronin. First, I will ask you.
the best case scenario would be what Ronan's saying about, it being used more ethically and not just as a money farm or a, a way to, you know, get information from people. That's another thing I worry about, because that's the thing is that's a big reason why I'm not a proponent for it, because, the big tech companies in the US, that's all I can really speak of because that's all I know. Um, but like Peter Thiel and Sam Altman and Elon Musk and even Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, all these multi-billionaires that really couldn't give less of a shit about any of us. They only care about lining their pockets and getting more power. They are the ones behind it. And so I don't really see them using it in an ethical way. And that's the problem. It's just like the pros versus cons, they don't add up to be worth it to me personally. I think that it could be very useful in all those, like in legal situations and in medicine and agriculture. I think Ronan's right about all of that.
Yeah.
I just don't see so
Yes.
Oh,
You trying to say something, Ronin?
oh no. He was kind of lagging in between. So,
Oh, oh, oh! He wasn't lagging for me.
I mean,
Strange.
that could be like my network issues because of which he's lagging. But yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, it's okay. Do you think, Boolaid, do you think that AI or uh, learning machine, as Ronin was saying, whatever it is, both, let's say both, can can they fall in love?
Mm,
with the AI and the learning machine, or what do you?
I
Yeah,
mean,
can AI fall in love?
Can the AI fall in love like with a person? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so though. At this point, maybe once it becomes actually AI, it's possible. We could get some Detroit Become Human stuff, or like Fallout synths, where they are, basically real people. Just, um, but that just adds a whole nother, you know, factor. That's just more something for people to be divided on. I don't know. I can't see it being more positive than negative.
I see.
I don't know why I just keep going back to that. Like I need to just answer the question, but yeah, I don't think they can fall in love. No, at least not at this point in time.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I do agree because it's a program, and a program cannot fall in love. But then I know if we kind of smoothly cross over from AI into philosophy that way, then we will have to ask ourselves, isn't love just another program by the nature?
no, I think like love is not another program by the nature. Love is something that transcends nature. You know, like nature comes out of love, then love comes out of nature. Love is something kind of like much more ancient than what we are right now. So I think
Uh, what kind of love do you mean then?
I think no one exactly can define love. Like not philosophy. Like you don't need language to define love. Okay, let's say you love. You, uh, a dog loves. Let's say a ball. He just don't have any language to define it, but he has those emotions and expressions. Or let's say let's say you love stars, or you love something that is inanimate and you don't have any idea about it, what it is. You saw something for the first time and you felt something about it. You had some sort of feeling, you had some sort of love. I mean, yeah, you could express it through emotions and feelings, but that is not love is. It could be channeled through those things, but it is much more, it's much more like a force, you could say. I mean, the way I say it, in my opinion, I mean, it's much more like a force, and force existed before nature existed. So it's something like that. I mean, I'm not any, I haven't read, I mean, like the amount of things that I have read about love, I feel like it is way beyond the capacity of human mind to completely comprehend. We never kind of like understood it completely. We always tried to categorize it and tried to formalize it and conceptualize it, but we never had that particular idea of what love is, because we are looking it from too close. It's like looking the elephant from too close. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the version we see it, we try to define it like that, and society kind of acts as a catalyst to make it much more mm, much more constrained. But in my opinion, I think we don't have any idea of what exactly love is. Like the best explanation of love, I mean, I get from the movie Interstellar. If you watch that movie, I mean, that kind of like shows like how, I mean, how kind of like a love for a person is kind of shaping the reality in a sense. I mean, your choices are getting shaped. I mean, things are getting shaped, and
I wonder. I wonder if love cannot be defined, then how do we differentiate lust from love?
l-
Let Boolaid answer first, then you can elaborate on.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah.
Differentiate lust from love. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I mean, they've already said, like, the scientific studies say that lust lasts 6 months or whatever. Which I don't know how accurate that is, but I don't know. I feel like you just have to be mindful of what you actually like about a person. If you actually like their personality and their values and who they are, how they carry themselves, you probably love them. If you're just attracted to them, then you probably just feel lustful towards them. That's kind of how I see it, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say you kind of you had a love in your life and they die. Let's say, for example,
Hmm.
and you still love them. Okay, so are you loving them because of the factor of lust, or you're loving them because of the factor of something else, the way they
I
made
feel
you
like at
feel?
that point, oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, continue.
Well, I was just gonna say, I feel like at that point it would have to be love, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't physically see them, or you can't, I mean, obviously you have memories of, maybe lustful moments with them, but I don't know. I feel like if you're still thinking about them and caring for them after they're gone, that would have to be love, right?
Yeah. And now,
Well, I wonder, could it not be something as simple as physical memory you have of them, physical memory of touch?
but the
I mean,
thing,
it could be, yeah, but
but the
I
thing
don't
is
know.
kind
It
of
just
like
depends on.
with time you kind of forget those things. You might be having certain aspects of touch, like you can't remember everyone's touch. Okay, in that sense, maybe you might being with them for only a year, but the connection was so strong that you can remember their touch for whole of your life. And it could not
Yeah.
be same for everyone. I mean, it's not it's not a function of time or space, I mean, or distance, or in any way you can say. I mean, if you see it in that sense, I mean, yeah, I mean, love is kind of like a completely different thing, and it is far much more bigger than nature and our own understanding of reality.
Okay. Yeah. Um, can wars ever be just, Boolaid?
Wars. Um, I think so. Yes. It's very complicated because normally the people that are practicing the wars, if that's even a word, are the leaders of a country or whatever, and so they're not even the ones fighting, and so. But I think a war can be just if a people are being oppressed and they decide to fight back against their oppressors. I think that's a just cause, obviously. So, like if someone's trying to take over your land or, just make your livelihood worse and you see the only action as fighting them physically, then yeah, I mean, I think that's a just cause.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, you did not answer the question about the AI and ML part. What is your take on it, Zen?
Oh, can you remind me what the question was? I was a little distracted.
What are your reviews on AI and machine learning, ML in general?
My views are that they're more kind of wishful thinking, but I hope that the AI can be basically grow food for us, like farming for us, um, cook food for us, and basically do everything for us while we can just live our lives. I know it's a wishful thinking, but yeah, that's
I
my
mean,
wishful
yeah,
thinking.
w- we kind of like have same ground when it comes to how it must be used. So I think it's much more like collective human thinking kind of thing, collective consciousness kind of thing, that we all know at some point that we are going in the wrong direction. This is not the way the AI must be used. So yeah, we have kind of like, I mean, like most of the people that I meet, I'm not saying like everyone, but most of the people that I meet, and when I have this particular conversation regarding how the AI must be used, I mean, people kind of like uh, speak the same thing that we are speaking right now. So yeah.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, probably true. Yeah.
And
So, shall we wrap it up for now, or
If that's what you guys are, if you want to do, we can wrap it up.
I mean, we could kind
sounds
of like make it 10 to 15 minutes more if you guys want. I
yeah,
mean,
sure.
It's
I'm
what
down.
I'm here for whatever. I'm ready for whatever.
yeah.
That's my boy, bro. You know what's up, dog. In that case, yeah, that's my boy Ronin as well. Can't forget the mastermind behind this, of course.
I mean,
Okay,
we used to talk like, we used to talk for like, 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. And the way some of the peoples I used to interact with, I kind of liked the conversations that we were having. Instead of having, some sort of shitty talk, we were trying to have some very meaningful conversation in a very respectful way. So I kind of thought like, okay, fine, if people are on the same page, I mean, yeah, we should make some sort of podcast, all those things. I mean, not for for views, but to do something, to see like how we are kind of like thinking, how much we can kind of like put out into the world. I mean, just for fun. I mean, like most of the podcasts that I see, most of the people are like are like too famous or something like that. But there are no podcasts where some random people are sitting and talking and speaking their mind, because every person is equal in that sense. Like every life is equal in that sense. So we need to have those conversations come out that are people's conversation. The proletariat conversations must come out, and people must does not only listen to bourgeois. they should also
Which
listen to
ones?
they must also listen to the common people, because they have, because wisdom and intelligence are two completely different thing, and we need to kind of find out, okay, fine, people could have wisdom, maybe they don't have the knowledge of it, like intelligence of it, but they have wisdom, and wisdom always surpasses knowledge and intelligence, in my view. Like if you have wisdom, you could understand things, you could kind of like work around your society, work around your commune, you could be a contributing citizen, you don't need to be a professional or a skilled person to do those things. So yeah, I mean, my idea revolved around this particular thing, and I saw like people like Bulin, you and Gotti and all these people. I was like, okay, fine, let them call in and see how it goes, and I'm kind of like loving it right now.
Yeah, it is very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if I may say one thing, specifically to you, Ronan, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but
Mhm.
um, because you need to kind of minimize the talking, even if it's your opinions. Of course, you can say your opinions, but you need to minimize it because the focus is still with our guest, right? He have to talk more.
Yes,
Of course,
yes, I get that. I was thinking the same thing
say
right now,
shortly about our thoughts and opinions, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking the same thing, like I'm speaking way too much that I should have. So yeah, my bad.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
it's our first podcast. It will get better. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I have a question for Bulin in that sense. That
Yeah.
yeah, like this question was basically of Zalu, but we are kind of like sharing the same questions. So I was like, okay, fine. I find this question very intriguing, but I was like, okay, fine. If he asks, it's okay. But he was trying to wrap it up, and I was like, okay, fine. Let Bulin speak on this one. So yeah, the question is it wrong to spend money on expensive food when people are dying of hunger?
Um, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to spend money on expensive food when people are dying of hunger. Because there's only so much that an individual can do anyway. I mean, you're not required to donate to charity or anything like that, but it is, obviously a noble thing to do. Um, but no, I don't think that's necessarily wrong. Personally,
Fair enough.
there's only so much you can do. I mean, if unless you have, we're talking about like the average person here, right? Just like the average. Because I mean, if you have billions of dollars and yeah, you're just wasting it, and there are people starving, that's a different situation, I think maybe. But the average person, if they want to out to eat at a steakhouse, I don't think that's wrong because there are people starving, in other countries or even their country. Um,
Hmm?
I guess you can say that they they kind of can afford a little bit of human experiences in a more extravagant sense, no?
I feel like it's more on, like, okay, like the U.S. country as a whole. We have so much food waste. It shouldn't even be on us. We could be shipping that food. We could be feeding people that are living on the streets here, first of all. We could be shipping that food to other countries, but it just goes to waste. We just throw it in the trash and then it goes to a landfill or something. So I think it shouldn't be on an individual person to fix that whenever there are countries that could easily fix this problem and they just don't.
Yeah.
But surely a country starts with the individuals, no?
I mean, yeah, it does, but I just don't think it's, and I just don't think like that. I just don't think that, you should feel bad for spending your money that you worked for on what you want to spend it on. I don't think you should feel bad for that. Even, I get that there are people in worse situations and you should consider that. And if you have money to help out in any way with them, you probably should do that. But I don't think you should feel bad for spending your money that you work for any way you want to. That's just
Fair
my
enough.
view.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Of course. Why not? After all, we only live once, huh?
It's true.
And if you have the means, you can enjoy a little bit more. But of course, within reason, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, do you have any idea perhaps of why do people stop the person who tries to commit suicide?
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot. I don't know. That's it's so interesting why it's, like illegal. You get in trouble if you try to do it. You know, you like get sent to a mental hospital and this and that if you threaten it. I don't really know if that's up to a person. I get that, that's just a fleeting thought or whatever, and they probably don't really actually want to kill themselves, because most people regret when they have a suicide attempt. But it also is, it's individuality. We have free will. If that's something someone wants to do, I don't know. You should try to stop them, obviously, if it's just like, I don't know, I think we just don't want to see a human life be taken out in that way by their own hand. It's just, I don't know.
Your voice is lagging for me, Bullet.
Take their own life, I guess, is ultimately what it is.
Yeah, that could be true. But do you think the other part is also possible? Maybe some people have a hero complex.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. I think they can have a hero complex. But I don't know. I mean, me personally, if I saw someone trying to kill themselves, I would stop them because I know that's just how they feel in that moment. And, they probably won't feel that way, and they'll probably look back on that and be like, wow, I can't believe I almost did that. So that's kind of what I think about it. But yeah, I mean, if that's what they truly want to do, then you can't really stop them ultimately because they'll try it again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I spent all my questions. So, shall we wrap it up, Ronan?
I mean, we can, or we could ask some more questions regarding. I want to understand his point on, can we be certain of anything in general in life? It's a philosophical question for me. Like, can you be certain of anything in life in general?
Can you be certain of anything? I don't know. That's a tough one because, like, obviously, you definitely feel like there are things that are certain, things that are set in stone. But it's like, it's all just how you're perceiving things, and you never truly know. You can never truly know something for a 100% fact, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe I would say you can be. I can say you can be certain on things actually.
Such as breathing?
Mhm.
Such as breathing?
Yeah,
Like
so
we breathe oxygen?
like we breathe oxygen. We, know things that we seem to know, but that's the thing. Science is scientists will tell you that science is ever changing, and these are just, you know, the things that seem most plausible, things that have the most evidence behind them. But everything's technically subject to change, I guess, you know. But I would say I'm certain about things, so I think you can be certain. Yeah.
What are your takes on it? What are your takes on it? Like, what do you think about this question?
I think he
No, I'm here. Can you listen?
disconnected.
Can you guys listen to me?
Oh yeah, now, but you were
Yeah, I
completely
hear you.
frozen.
Oh, so I was asking like, what do you guys think about this question in general? Like you, Zen. Do you think can we be certain of anything completely?
Bro, you froze again.
Oh no. I mean, can you guys listen to me?
Yes. But you freeze.
It happens sometimes. I mean, yeah, it happens sometimes. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was asking like, what is your take on this question in general?
My take
Yeah.
of yeah, I think we can be of course we can be certain about certain stuff. If anything, if anything, we can be certain that death comes to us all. That's the ultimate certainty.
I mean, yeah, that's too philosophical, but yeah, it's true. Sense. But we truly die?
No.
I mean, the question is, do we truly die, or then it goes into the question of something is spiritual realm. Do we die, or we kind of like change from one aspect to other?
No.
Can you guys
I don't know anything about it.
Bro.
What were you saying, Bullen?
There could be a spirit. It's something I think about quite a bit, actually. I really go back and forth of whether there's an afterlife or, whether you have a spirit that does something, whether it haunts people of existence. So I don't know, because I change my mind on it so much, I think.
No, I'm not talking exactly in a biblical
I
sense.
don't know.
What would
I
be
think you have
your-
physical death, though.
Yeah, I'm not talking exactly in a biblical sense, but I'm talking about there must be
What do you,
something.
what do you mean then?
I mean, in a sense that I mean, yeah, I'm talking about some sort of a spirit, but not in a sense that we have been spoken about in books or something like that. In the way they try to explain that you have some sort of heaven or hell, some sort of consciousness that comes into your body and it kind of like leaves it, much more like an energy or something like that. I'm talking much more in the sense of energy.
I don't know. It's untelling.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like my answer to this
Too
question.
complex for my.
I mean, yeah, that exactly. I was thinking like we.
Can you hear him, Boolaid? Because for me, he's like.
Okay, can you guys listen to me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you hear him, Boolaid?
yeah, I can hear him.
You are kind of like getting right now a bit lagged.
To me?
Whoa,
No, Zen.
Salute.
Yeah. Can you listen to Zalu clearly?
yeah, I can barely hear you. It's like
it's
every
still-
second.
Yeah, it's still freezing and cutting out a lot.
mean, it's all right. It's our
Yeah, so it does cut up pretty well.
it's our first episode, so some sort of shit was supposed to happen. I was ready for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, it was good. It was refreshing for me. Other than the fact that I was
Oh, it
speaking
was
too
really
much.
good.
Yeah. I need
It's okay, man. It's
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I need to work on
Yeah,
that, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, shit, man. Good job, Bullet. You're setting a high standard.
If this is a high standard, then we're in for trouble. But no, I thank you all for having me on. I'm very, very proud to be your first guest. I hope we can get some more people on here. I don't want this to be the only episode. I want to watch some episodes. But yeah, thank you guys a lot. This has been great.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Of course. Here. Cheers.
I mean, you are kind of like completely, lagged right now. I mean, we cannot see your face.
Who, me?
I mean, no, Zalu. I mean, I can see his
Oh.
face, but it is kind of like completely freezed. I mean, he's been freezed on a particular frame. Yeah, and I cannot see anything out of
I
it.
think it's honestly just Ronan's having some
It could be.
internet
Yeah.
issues. I got to be able to see your face.
I mean, it could be. Yeah. Can you guys see me? Like, no. Now he came back.
Every 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're freezing every 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, we can kind of like wrap it up at this point, and yeah.
Sounds
Yeah, for
good.
sure. Let's see how that. Huh?
Mhm.
Let's see how
So
that video
yeah,
worked out. You can send it to me and I can edit because I have the power to edit. You said you did not have the power to
Yeah.
edit it on your laptop.
I can send you the video. No problem.
Yeah. You can edit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good shit, man. I was getting